Yo, what's good? What's good? We've got some trading updates here today. We've got our systematic trend following system updates, and we also have our top step updates. So I'm going to show accounting in both of them, and we're going to get going. So first of all, we have a 50 grand account, $38,000 for my dad, 12,000 for me. It will be 50-50 profit split if we make if we make profit of the worst case drawdown. So the worst case drawdown is about 30 grand. So if we make 30 grand, bring our account from 50 to 80, and we hold that for 2 weeks, we can receive a payout. I'm using my dad as like a prop firm, which is pretty fun. But this is the way to do it, in my opinion. This is so much more professional, and it's systematic, and I'm not choosing these trades. The system is, and we have back tested the crap out of the system. Not curve fitting, absolutely not curve fitting, but I tell you, I'm very, very pleased with this system. Let's take a look at the results. Remember this week, we started off really poorly, right? We were down almost 12% in the first day. Okay, so holy crap. You know what I mean? But we've made it all back. We're up 1.2% on the month, a measly $600, but that's pretty cool. We'll see what happens on the the last week of the month. I don't know. I feel like it should be red this month because it was so rough in the beginning, but who knows? I don't know what's going to happen. Let's take a look at the trade list. First of all, I want to show that all of the results here is hypothetical except August 1st onwards. So we're trading real live money August 1st onwards. So it's kind of put together with the hypothetical, and that's on purpose because I do want to see how it matches the hypothetical returns. Okay, so you can see last month hypothetically we lost 1,600, but the month before we made 11 grand. So you can have some exciting months. This month was down and then up, so it's up 1.2%. So we'll see what happens, but you can see the trade list. It's pretty much, you don't see any difference in the transition between fake money and live money. It just, there's a seamless transition there, and basically what that means is that the system is operating as it should, and there's really no worries. The risk is there. Everything's tidy, in my opinion. So I'm very pleased with that. Remember last week we won that $2,400 long on euro currency. Prior to that, we won a $3,800 win on crude oil. That's likely going to be the biggest win of the month. And we made that on the second day of trading, third day of, nope, I don't even know. It was August 4th. We went short crude oil. But anyways, this week we made 3 grand Japanese yen. I mean, the signal turned on, and we didn't even have to get chopped apart before. Usually we get chopped apart a little bit, meaning the market, our system is a stop and reverse system. So if we go long and we get stopped out, we go short. Oh, we get stopped out, we go long. So we basically make the market tell us, look, if you're going to move, I'm going to be with you, whatever direction you want to go, bro. And usually there's some chop back and forth. You might lose $500 to $1,000 on those trades until, bam, it trends. And then you can pick something up. In this case, we didn't even have to get chopped up at all. We went long Japanese yen. The system did. I didn't. The system did, and made 3 grand, which is awesome. Treasuries, you can see that it made $750 and then 594. Generally, once we pick up a trend, the system goes, once we pick up a trend, we stop trading it. Our signal's done. We got what we wanted. But, and you might say like, well, it's $750 here on treasuries. Why did it trade again? Isn't that a profitable trade? So it should stop. And you're right that it's profitable. Obviously, it's $750, but it's not a big enough trend for us to consider it a win. So we don't use 0 as the middle line of a win or not. We use the median trend, so the median win, and that is not big enough. So we wait, the system waits until it actually picks up a trend. So technically we went short treasuries, we made $750. Then we flipped long because we got stopped out. Our trailing stop got stopped out. We went long, and then we got stopped out, and because our trailing stop, we made $600, and then we're technically still short. We actually are still short. You can see this is a table that I worked really hard on now and doesn't look that good, but like we can get 5-minute real-time updates from my account on my website, which is freaking sick. So it's actually we're up $2,200 on treasuries short right now, and you can see the trade right here. Here's the actual trade. Here's the actual trade itself. You can see the bands. I mean, this is what the system is. It's really not complicated. You can see that it went up, hit the green line. We go long, and we trail our stop with the red line, and then we made a little bit of money. Now we go short, and we've been short ever since. Our trailing stop is already past break even, so it's already in a really good spot. But we will wait. Hopefully treasuries continues downwards. I mean, we could pick something, a significant trend up, because we're already up $2,200. And so, I mean, that would be really, really cool to see. Yeah, anyways, would be really, really cool to see. We'll see what treasuries do. I don't know. Really don't know. Anyways, we're also short crude oil. Currently, it's about break even right now. So you can see at the tail end of the week on Friday, we picked up a short-term signal on crude oil to trend, and it chopped us two ways here. We lost about almost $900 on Friday just waiting for crude oil to trend, and it didn't. So in total, this week we made $3,400. Really exciting stuff, though. We're up 1.2% this month. Pretty interesting stuff. We are getting these wins. We're picking some wins up, man. I tell you what, we're picking wins up. Really, really good. Right now, in terms of rollovers, we took out copper. We're not trading copper right now. It's too close to rollover. Natural gas, we're not trading natural gas because it's too close to rollover as well. We are trading everything else, though. Remember Bitcoin? Remember our friend Bitcoin? I wish we could trade it because it did lift off, and I have a feeling like we would have gotten in that. Actually, I kind of do want to just see if we would have. I would like to see if we would have gotten into Bitcoin, because I don't know, because it's a wonderful trend. I mean, that is such a good trend. It's insane. So I don't know if we would have gotten in, because I don't know. I really don't know. It's possible. It's very well possible. What a trend this one was. Holy crap. What a trend on Bitcoin. But I'd like to see if that happens. Let's see if it did pick it up. You can do 240 or 480. I'll do 480. Let's see if it did pick it up. I don't think it would. I don't know. Because part of the system is susceptibility. We don't, unfortunately, the drawdown here, typical trend following systems pick up all trends, but we don't. And that's on purpose. We trade very infrequently, about 5% of the time in a market. We're 5% of the trend signals we take. So we're very rare that we actually take trades. So it's unlikely we'll get in, but I do want to see if it did get in. So that is the system. That's what's going on right now. It's looking really good though. Yeah, you can see the margin used. I mean, look at that. We're only using $19,000 of margin right now. Currently, we have 31,000 purchasing power, which we're not going to use because we only do a maximum of 2 positions at a time. But still, you can see like this is pretty safe. It's pretty safe. It's structured. It's, in my opinion, it's stable. It doesn't feel stable when we're getting chopped apart. There's going to be periods where there's no trend. But it was a good week this week. All right, let's see what Bitcoin does. It's still thinking. So in the meantime, I want to show my TopStep trading results right now. In total this year, we've made $6,600 from TopStep. I've done all the accounting. Every single dollar that I spent in there, and every single payout that I got, and this is the real money that hit my account. It's not like the profit split or before the split or whatever. This is the real money. Remember, we're not going to be taxed on this total. We're going to be taxed on the net. If they argue with me, I'm going to freaking defend myself somehow, because this is an expense to pay an evaluation. It's a business expense, obviously, to get money out. This is how the prop firm contracting should work, because if that's not a business expense to buy the account, I don't know what is. It's a fee to turn on the funded account. How is that not a business expense? Of course it is. So anyways, net $6,600. The reason I bring that up because they'll 1099 you all this 18 grand of revenue I made from TopStep. They're going to 1099 me that. And the IRS is going to see a 1099 of, oh, you made 18 grand with no expenses. And I would list it on the tax return that it is expensed out. Or at least this much is expensed, 11 grand. Anyways, this is looking amazing. How is this possible? We're a statistic right now, dude. We are a statistic right now. What is going on? And I'm telling you, man, freedom, guilt-free, ballsy. That's the kind of trading I've been doing on the old TopStep. And I think it's been working, and it's just continuing to work. Let's see. Darn it, we did not catch the trend, unfortunately. Dang nabbit. Oh my gosh. All right. All right. If you can read this, it's probably too small, but if you see this, all right, my print ledger, and I'll explain it right now. Okay. This is hilarious, bro. See, these are the times you really want to be in the market, because right now, the P&L, typically a median trend goes about 10 ATRs, okay, on this chart. Right now, the long went 649 ATRs. I've never seen that big of a number. The median is 10. Bro, the median is 10. This trend actually went 650. It's such a far outlier, and you can see it on TradingView, of course. But like, you can see, obviously, Bitcoin lit up. But I'm just saying that's where a trail stop type of methodology comes in super big handy. Because like, look at this, man. Look at that. If you look at this is the typical trading range, okay? This is typical. And then what happens? It just, oh my gosh, it goes the normal range, but then it goes like 8, 12, 30, 60 times that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Unbelievable trend. Unbelievable. So I wish I could get these types of trends, but you never can get them all, unfortunately. That's the way it goes. All right. But that's about it. I mean, I just wanted to show you those net results. In terms of what I'm doing with TopStep, I'll show you my accounts. Remember, I'm done paying. I'm done paying. I paid another sequence of $3,000, and we've already made out with 3,400. So we're break even right now, and we have no more payments left. Actually, we do have one account. If I get this to 159, then I would have to pay $150 to turn on the funded account. But I'm done with evaluations for this string of events here for this campaign, and we have 3 funded accounts. One of them's at $5,000. You need 1 day of $150, and you can withdraw half of that money. So one more day for $150. On Monday, I'm going to trade and risk it all for $150. I am. You think I'm silly? You think I'm stupid? But what are the odds? Tell me the odds right now if you risk $5,000 on a trade for $150. With all this chop, I mean, I'm not using high size. I'm using super small micros. The market has to go in one straight direction in a violent way, and it just happens to be exactly when I push the button. I've gotten burnt like that before, trust me, but I'm going to take the chances because you're going to get $2,000 some odd the next day. I mean, the odds right now of receiving a payout is extremely high on that one. And I'll lock myself out the moment I get $151. That's the way it works, bro. That's the way it works. And then we're in the growing stages on the other two, where I can have more freedom and I'm just ballsy and I can do whatever I want. Maybe it's luck. Who knows? I don't think so. I think I'm like super smart, dude. I don't know, bro. All right, so that's pretty cool, though. Love to see it. You can see the graph. I mean, it's not much to look at. It's August, started here, and we chopped around. Now we're at the high. Now we're right back at the start. Right back at 50 grand. But this is really cool that this is going to be updated every 5 minutes with current positions, current open positions, the actual cash balance from the account. Really, really cool that happens. Long story, but basically it exports out using easy language. It exports to a CSV file, and then there is a watcher. There's a watcher called WinSCP. WinSCP watches if this file gets changed, and once it gets changed, it sends it to my website, and my website can read that information and post it. Really, it took an entire day for me to figure that out, but it was really interesting. But that'll be cool. Yeah, apart from that, everything's good. All right. This was the update. All right, mate. Peace.